It's called My Name's Rochelle, Dammit, Don't Call Me Shelly. Her favorite thing to do as a child was bounce on a trampoline. She bounced higher and higher and wanted nothing more than to see the sky and to travel the land she thought she could see when she bounced on her trampoline. Her favorite thing to do as a child was bounce on a trampoline until she discovered the piano. Her yet young fingers attacked the keys and they screamed, not in pain but in release, for they were finally being played. She sat on the bench until her fingertips learned to kiss the ivory surface, making the notes sing instead of scream. She sang too, a voice still shrill with youth. Learning to make love to the molecules, shaking them into pitch, she learned to live through the music she made. She viewed it as a device to drown out the out-of-tune shouts of the father who's had too much to drink at her mother, who again tried hiding the booze under the sink, knowing father won't look there. The faucet needs repair, as does the rest of this house. It's all caving in. Her favorite thing to do as a child was to bounce on her trampoline. She knew the unlikelihood of reaching the sky, but she still loved to try. And one day she met him, Sky. It was short for Skylar. He liked loud punk music, tattoos, cigarettes, and booze. And my God, did he like her above all the rest, and it was reciprocated in measure. There are those who call this love. By the time I was a child, they were all married. They were already married. But still a group of hooligans singing late into the night, "It's Friday, I'm in love." I still tease them about their love for The Cure. Despite the jokes, I still listen to every single band they recommend, even if it's a bit outdated. Yes, Sky, I already heard of Cage the Elephant. No, Rochelle, Death Cab for Cutie isn't actually that obscure. I'd like to think I'm finally at the age where I know more modern music than them, but man, does it always feel good to sing your heart out to the Smiths or to Your Heart is a Muscle the Size of Your Fist with your favorite relatives. They have 3 daughters, and sometimes I still feel like their only son. It's hard not to idolize those who introduce you to punk, to nature, to camping, and almost certainly, most importantly, to Captain Underpants. No, only once in my life did I have to go a few months without contact. You see, Sky and Rochelle like to have fun. And of course, this on occasion meant a few drugs, which is all a good time until someone offers you one too deep. And when an amphetamine becomes a crutch, she told me, it quickly becomes a clip. But aside from beauty guts and being brash, she's also the strongest human being I know, seeing as how she kicked addiction's ass and then made Sky do the same. And for her daughters, her family, and I'm certain almost entirely out of spite, she overcame herself, and he did for her. They're both now 4 years sober. And he still looks at her the way any young lover wants to be looked at. And he still kisses her nervously, like it's his first. In my youth, we frequented adventures in the woods, with campfires and s'mores, stick swords, and 4 a.m. laughing fits, nights in tents, and her absolute favorite, tin can telephones. And I'll never forget the 16th of May. My tin can rang for the first time in a while. And for the first time in my life, I heard the sound of Sky crying. He said, "I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how long she was in pain. But Rochelle, she put a bullet in her brain. I'm sorry. I hope to see you soon." At the funeral, all Sky can say is, "Fuck." It's all any of us could think. A closed casket, and I like to imagine it's because even in death, she was more beautiful than any of us could imagine. Her favorite thing to do as a child was to bounce on a trampoline. And despite it all, she managed to reach the sky, bounced higher than any of us can see. Now, she never was one to believe in angels, and she made that very clear, but I refuse to imagine her as anything less. Thank you.